Every day and every hour, buzzing over every flower. Buzz, 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 oh my little bee.
Hello everyone, I am Alex de la Cuesta, the designer of this game called LetTheStingAWin, together with my wife, Sheila Marie de la Cuesta. Well, for today, you may be wondering where I am. I am actually on our rooftop. I am now an urban beekeeper, and I have brought home these two colonies. One is a nuke and an established colony around the middle of January. So what do I have for you today? I just want to teach you how to play LetTheStingAWin. And why am I in the rooftop? Well, I want to show you the real world of the bees. This is a board game about the fascinating world of bees and honey. So with me is Bibo. Hey, say hi to Bibo. Bibo is one of our favorite staff toys. Bibo stands for Bibo Kid, smart kid. Okay, so Bibo, let's teach them how to play LetTheStingAWin. Okay, so since we are in the actual habitat of these bees, we have to use this smoker so that they will behave and not sting me, hopefully. Yeah, I have to wear this one because it's hard to be stung by them. Okay, I'm gonna sit on this chair. As you could see, it's Nia's first bee day. Thank you for being here. This is the giveaway for those who attended our baby's first birthday last October 6th, where we introduced this game called LetTheStingAWin. So are you ready to learn how to play this game? Let's open the box and see what's inside. So this is the box of LetTheStingAWin. It's a board game about the fascinating world of bees and honey. It's good for ages 7 and up, or 2 to 5 players. 4 minutes to learn, 12 minutes to play. It's a beautiful game. So just open and you would find 2 boxes. One is this and the other is this. And here's the board that's exactly the same as the one that's in there. It's laminated, so it won't easily get destroyed or get wet. And also in the box is the rule book, how to set it up, how to take your turn, extra rules and reminders, how it works, the field guide, what it contains. It's all in back-to-back print. Okay. Now for the 2 boxes, we have one deck of card box. So if you open it, you'll find information on the sting cards. There are 6 of them. And you are gonna know also what are the different roles of bees in a hive. So what does a queen bee do? What does a worker bee do? Foragers, cleaners, drones, undertakers, nurses, builders, temperature controllers, guards. Yeah, all those roles from 1 to 24. If you read that, you'll know the different roles of these beautiful bees in the hive. Okay, did you get the first deck of cards already? The next deck of cards is how bees make honey. So it's also a series of cards from 1 to 20. So you'll find information about the time, from the time they forage the nectar until they pass it on to the house bee when they get back to the hive, and spread it as a syrup and cut the honey. Okay, so if you read all this deck of cards, you'll know already how bees make honey. And the third deck of cards is what we call of bees and honey. Also 20 cards in there. And here you'll get to learn trivia about bees and honey. So the numbers on the left corresponds to one key fact about this card. So let's say number 1, there's 1 queen. Number 2, the bees have 2 compound eyes, okay, and so forth. There are also Bible verses about bees and honey. So it's a very educational deck of cards for everyone to read while playing or before playing. And then there's another special card called the buds cards. Later on, you'll know what these cards are for. Okay, so that's in the first box of these cards. The next box contains another set. So let's open. These are special cards. First are the favor cards. There are 4 of them. And the grab cards. There are 10 of them. I'll tell you more about this later. And these are the quiz bee cards. This makes it more exciting and more fun. I'll tell you more about this as well. Okay, so how do we start? These are the cards that came out of the box. See, it's empty now. And the goal of the game, it's actually a race to the hive. First to the hive, that's number 100, by moving around these flowers. Okay, so let's set aside first these decks of cards. So in the other box, we could find our tokens. There are 5 of these, because it's good for 2 to 5 players. So choose your color. We have yellow, red, blue, green, and pink. Those are the bees that move around this garden. Okay. So let's say these are the players. They have to start from here. The goal of the game is to reach the hive. So you have to move from number 1 to 27, 28, 35, 36, 40, 42, 47, 48, 49, 55, 57, 59, 63, 72, 73, 77, 80, 81, 83, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. That's the hive. It looks so easy, but there's lots of challenges that go in this board. So, how do we play? Is there a dice? That's something different about this game, because instead of playing a dice or rolling a dice, we're going to use the numbers on the card that would indicate the number of steps that you take when you play. Okay, so before we start, let me just introduce to you what are these special spots on the board. First, you could see all these black predators, the bird, the spider, and the frog. Bird, spider, frog, bird, spider, frog, bird, spider, frog. There are 9 of them. If your bee lands on any of these, you will need what we call a sting card to stay in the game. So at the start of the game, all players get 1 sting card each. Let's say there are 3 players on this round: red, green, and blue. Each of them will get 1 sting card each. Okay. And then this card can only be used once. There are 6 of them. These are the 3 extra cards. Depending on the number of players, there will always be an extra card, because this is up to a maximum of 5 players. So if there are 5 players, the other 2 will be for the other 2 players, and there's an extra sting card. This can be drawn from the draw pile, okay? And then there's what we call the Biba Area. What's this? It's just like that one. You see? Because these amazing creatures, they go out of the hive day by day, 10 times a day actually, to forage nectar and pollen all over the place. Look at the sky. They fly so high and come back 10 times, but they get tired, so they have to drop by a place to drink water, and that's exactly what the Biba Area does. So whenever your bee lands on any of these numbers, 38, 37, 36, 80, 79, 78, you lose your next turn, because as a bee, you're going to drink water, so you'll have energy, will not be dehydrated as you move around the garden. Is that clear enough about the sting card? This one and the Biba Area, which is that one in this rooftop of ours. Okay, so let's look at the other spot. This is what we call the buzz pollination area. And if you remember, I've shown you this a while ago. There are 4 buzz cards in the deck. In the real world, there are flowers wherein the pollen is located deep down inside, so the bees have to buzz it. And that's why if your bee lands on any of these numbers from 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 69, 70, 71, 72, you will need this buzz card. If you have this buzz card, it tells you that you can move 20 steps up. So if you're in number 71 plus 20, because you have this buzz card, you move to number 91. Wow! But if you don't have this buzz card, instead of moving up, you will have to step down 20 times. So from 71, you go back to 51. Okay? Are we also clear about these buzz cards? Alright, so we're almost ready, except that I need to also show you what are these grab cards and favor cards. During the game, each player gets 1 sting card and 4 other cards, which could be a combination of all the decks of cards that I've shown you earlier. If at any point during the game you would like to get a card, request something from the other player, use your favor card if you have it. It says in there, you can force any other player to give you 1 card from their hand, but he or she chooses which card to give you. So you're asking a favor, right? So you have to accept whatever that player gives you. On the opposite end is the grab card. So it's just the other way around. You can either draw 1 card from anyone in the game, or grab a question that a player was not able to answer in the quiz bee. Oh, so there's a quiz bee in this game? Yes, that's why we have Bibo. Bibo is going to like this game because there are quiz bee cards. Yes. As you could see on the board, we have spots every 4th flower for quiz bee in number 4, quiz bee in number 8, quiz bee in number 16, quiz bee in number 40, quiz bee in number 60, and so on and so forth. So in case your bee lands on this spot, you will need to draw from this other deck of cards, and these are the quiz bee cards. What's in here? Here you have 3 sets of questions, or types of questions: true or false, multiple choice, and fill in the blanks. So what's in there for me? All of these questions are based on the facts or information that's in these bigger decks of cards. So it serves as a clue while you're holding these cards. You read it, because anytime the question appears, or you're gonna draw that question, you would be able to answer it. Otherwise, another player could steal or grab from you. Let's say this card, it's a true or false card. It takes 1 ounce of honey to fuel a bee's flight around the world. Is it true or false? Well, the answer is there. It's true. If you get that correctly, you'll be given this 100 nectars. It's the equivalent of points. And then, the next time you land on another quiz bee spot, you draw another question, and let's say it's a multiple choice card. And if you get it correctly, the answer is B, you'll get another 300 nectars or points. And then you move around again and land on another quiz bee spot or flower. You have to draw another card. Let's say you drew this one. It's 500 points for fill in the blanks. So let's say you have this on the deck of cards. That's the clue to this question. Dripping is the answer, right? And you get 500 points for that. So what are all these nectars for? Here, this player, pink, already has accumulated 900. 500 plus 0 plus 100 equals 900 nectars. Thing is, if you're able to accumulate 1000 nectars, you can also fly straight to the hive and win the game. So basically, there are 2 ways to win in this game of Sting a Win. But we must tell you that in our rule book, we made the quiz be optional because we know for a fact that not everybody wants to learn about bees and honey, although we really encourage everyone to do so. And when they already know all the answers, it might not be it might not be any more very interesting to them. So the game can actually stand alone with or without the quiz bee component. The players decide at the start of the game whether they want to do the quiz bee when they play Sting a Win or not. If they decide to do it, then there's gonna be 2 ways to win. First, to the hive that's moving around from number 1 to number 100, or accumulating 1000 points or nectars. That would also win you the game. So, is it very clear already? Again, at the start of the game, each player gets 1 Sting card. So, let's say there are 3 players. What do we do with the other cards? All these decks of cards that I've showed you earlier are going to be shuffled into a deck of cards. Okay, everything's in here. The roles of bees in a hive, how bees make honey, of bees and honey. Aside from these Sting cards that each of the 3 players already have, they're going to get 4 other cards. So I'll deal 4 cards to them. Okay. And all the remaining cards now become part of the draw pile. So it's just gonna be placed in here. It's quite neat actually. Okay. So this becomes the draw pile. This becomes the discard pile. A draw pile and a discard pile. So all the players get their respective cards. This player has 5 cards. This player also has 5 cards. And this third player has 5 cards. Okay? You decide who will be the first player. So let's say I'm the first player. I'm going to choose which of these cards I want to play in. If I want to play a quiz bee immediately, I'll put my bee on the number 12 because it's a quiz card. But I decide to use number 17. I'll drop number 17 here in the discard pile and put my bee in number 17. Okay, and then since I dropped one, I have to get another one to make my cards complete. So I still have again 5 cards. Okay, next turn, it's the other player. So this player has 5 cards as well. and he decides to play number 15. Okay, he puts number 15 in the discard pile and brings his B, color blue, in number 15. Then he draws another card from the deck. Now he again has 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the third player also has 5 cards, and he decides to play number 18. Okay, so he puts number 18 in the discard pile, then brings the B token pink number 18 here. So it's a close fight. Then that player draws another card and still has 5 cards. Okay, go to the next round. This player again wants to, so he's now in number 17. He wants to be escaping the predator, so he can play number 14. 17 plus 14 equals 31, so he was able to escape the predator. I was able to escape the predator. Puts the number 14 in the discard pile and then draws another card from the draw pile. So again he has 5 cards. Okay, the next player, color blue. These are his cards. So he's currently at number 15 and he wants to play number 7. So he puts number 7 in the discard pile. Moves 15 plus 7 equals 22. Okay, that's 22. And draws another card from the draw pile, completing again his card. That's 5 cards again. The third player, his turn again. Currently at number 18. He wants to get ahead of the pack, so he plays number 16. Puts it in the discard pile. It's the number 16. 18 plus 16 equals 34. Okay, so it's basically like that. And then he draws another card, completing his or her deck of cards. It becomes 5 again. So each time you play a card, you have also to draw a replacement card. Okay, so let's say they've been moving around, and then they get to the buzz pollination area, but they don't have the buzz card. They have to move back 20 and so on and so forth. The goal of their game is really the first to the hive, or if they want to do the quiz bee, the first to accumulate 1000 nectars. It's that simple, guys, but it's a lot of fun. I'd like you to try it. Okay, so let's say these 3 players have been on the board for a few minutes already and they're almost close. We have color blue, it's at number 97. Color green at number 93, and at the tail end is color pink at number 60. Who do you think is gonna win here? Is it a matter of luck or strategy or both? What could you say, Bibo? Luck, strategy, or both? Let's find out who's gonna win in this round. So it's the turn now of pink, player pink, and player pink has this set of cards. He's at number 60, so if he plays number 2, he's gonna land on the predator and has no sting card, he's gonna die. So I'll not play number 2. If I play number 13, 60 plus 13 is also predator and I don't have a sting card, so I die, eliminated from the game, so I'll not play that card. Now I'm left with 3 cards, 11, 12, and grab. Let's say I play number 11, I'll go to number 71, but I don't have the buzz card, so I'll move back to 51. If I play number 12, that's 72. I don't have a buzz card, so I'll move back to 52, and I don't want to do that. So I decide to use my grab card. And these are the decks of cards of players, the other players, and I decide to place my grab card in the discard pile and draw from this player. Oh yeah, it's a blessing! I got the buzz card! See? Is it a matter of luck or strategy? You decide. But I'm gonna play next this buzz card later. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play number 11. So number 11, from 60 I go to 7. From 60 I move to 71, and since I have the buzz card, I can jump straight to number 91. So I move around, and here is number 91. I'm getting closer to the hive, right? And then this next player's turn. See, this player is in number 97, color blue. If the player plays number 2, it would land on the Predator, but it's a sting card, so we can do that. He can also use the favor or grab card, but he decides to play number 20. No, he plays number 2. Uses a sting card, moves 2 spots, 1, 2, but still has the sting card, so stays in the game. Okay, there's only 3 cards left, but the rule here is you only draw once. Okay, so this player draws another card. Okay, completing the deck of cards. He got another sting card. Okay, then it's this player's turn now. Is this player going to win already? This number 6. Oh. So it's this player's turn now. Yes, discards. Currently at number 93. So if he plays number 6, he'll go to the sting, to the Predator, but his sting card can do that. But he decides to do number... The thing is, if you have excess, you got to move back number of steps, right? So let's say he's at number 93. He decides to play 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then he draws another card, completing his deck of cards. Right. And now it's the turn of this player. These are his cards. Chooses number 2, moves here. Okay, so whoever goes to number 100 first will win the game, or whoever accumulates 1000 nectars wins the game. Oh, it's getting hotter here, but I know that you're enjoying this time watching me play this game called Sting-A-Win, and I'm sure your family will love it. I'm just to wipe my sweat. These are the bees saying bye-bye. And I want to also thank you. Me and Bibo want to say thank you for staying with us and watching how to play Sting-A-Win. We hope you're going to buy your copy and play it with your beloved family and friends. Bye for now. Thank you for watching, and please share this to your friends as well.